Blackburn, and the defenseman rounding out the lineup at Dan Tracy. We'll get into our Knights lineup here in just a second as the opening face takes place, and Bellarmine comes up with the opening face-off.
Ryan, to have fans spread out a little bit. You'll notice people wearing masks on the sidelines are spread out a little bit, but you can tell these guys
are a tough one, but you'll learn from it, move on.
It was Jordan Hyde on the goal, his third of the season. He had 2, including 6 shots, 2 on goal against Denver. That was a really fun matchup. Highly rated Denver team, 5 goals last fall, but he did not score against Denver, but right there just rippling the back of the net, and it's 2-1 Utah. Quick scoring here to start this thing off at Frazier Stadium.
That brings up a great talking point to the McMahon side of things, and it's just this. When I talk to the coaches, whether the basketball coach pushed things back in a different direction, but it didn't. So while this is a whole, and that's not the kind of run you want to see, it is a game of runs. We know that. They're well enough to handle this. Here we go.
Utah started
and he waited, and he got a good, clean look. I tell you what, that ball was it was a good step by the goalie. I mean, he stepped to it, he saw it, it just was on the money. We got a 50-50 ground ball here, and it gets pushed back the straining line, which means that it's fair game there. Possession, the advantage goes to the Utes, and that could be the difference of a couple goals. So here we go.
Ready to go here in the second quarter. It was 5 of 6 face-offs Utah won after Bellarmine won the first one, but Bellarmine did cause 4 turnovers, and they trailed. They started out the scoring, and then it went 3-1 to Utah.
It wasn't that thing was terribly defended. Brendan had the hands on the gloves. Give credit to the Utes. Get that extra step. Ian Riley sees it. Good step on his part. And frankly, the kid just put a stinger in the corner. I mean, that's a good shot. So tip your hats to the Utes. That's one that just goes with the flow of the game. Good play call on the coaching staff side of things.
Jordan
Nothing
Hyde,
fancy.
one of several high school All-Americans on Utah's roster. 5-2. It was 1-0 Bellarmine early on, and back to 3-1 and 3-2. But the last 2 goals have been scored by Utah. Jordan Hyde getting his second, and Ramsey McCreary getting on the scorer's sheet as well. As we'll have a face-off again to kick action back off. I'm Jeff Greer here alongside Ryan Smith. And we've had a lot of hope coming into this one just to get things going again.
You could say momentum, and the momentum is important.
Bellarmine corrals this one. Almost.
Stay with it, boys. Stay with it. There we go. Yes, sir.
They've been looking for those, and it's Bryce Vaxman who ends up with it. Bellarmine, we are ready to start the third quarter real quick as we get back into the action. Let's talk Bellarmine first. You talked about special teams turnovers, Ryan. What do you think can fix them for Bellarmine here?
Well, I think you're going to see you're going to see a little change up on the ride. And, when I talked about the ground balls, yes, sir, that's a big, big face-off win to start the second half. That is well executed, and, Riley got a piece of it, and it seemed to just dribble in. But,
excuse me here, I got to correct something. It was Tyler Bradbury, not MJ McMahon on the goal.
Gotcha.
I apologize. Go ahead.
Well, Bradbury and McMahon, they both do a great job fighting inside. But the thing about it is, Jeff, you can't put that on your goalie when they're on the doorstep like that. You gotta have some kind of on us, like, yeah, buddy, let's play. And I just think it was 2 good licks.
Very physical.
Very physical. But the thing about it when I say these licks is I'm not just dismissing the hard play, but it's like, to me, it's like, do they lead with their head, and are they
putting that out there and making sure that we're all pitching in as we're ready to start back up here in Bellarmine?
I mean, the hooting and hollering, you're seeing the young guys in the stands with the sticks. Loose ball here. What do we got? You don't have a whole lot of room for error when it's that tight in front of the cage.
Seems like Jordan Hyde, number 4 for Utah, really has a sharp sense of movement and space and how to use himself and his athleticism to get goal-scoring opportunities. He's got 3 shots on goal, and they've all been goals as Utah takes a 7-6 lead. Both of these teams coming off super competitive matchups last weekend. We already mentioned the excitement for both of them, either on Periscope.
Chris Gray at North Carolina, he's unreal, and you're going to see someone like John Robbins get the matchup. That's an awesome opportunity year in and year out. Oh, baby.
A big goal there, Jordan Hyde. And out for Bellarmine here, and Utah is able to claim possession off the face-off.
And JT's back in there scrapping. They're all getting at it. I mean, there's no Lally up 3. And that's just a compound on the fracture that's unfortunately going to start to get away from us here now at a 10-6 margin with 5 to play.
Well, that trio of attackers between Hyde, Bradbury, and McMahon, a combined 9 shots on goal, and 7 of them have been goals. So they have been very effective in the attack, and they have helped engineer this 4-goal burst. Precision of a shot as you're going to get. It's now 10-7 here as Bellarmine harassing off the ground ball there, but it looks like Utah is going to control it.
And, to complement the Knights in the
from Denver to Louisville to Colorado Springs to Baltimore over the first month of the season for the Utes as they're trying to get this program up and running. They've got a lot of talent, a lot of great coaches.
Play a high-caliber team. You follow that up with High Point and at Robert Morris, and then we're back here, Virginia Military Institute, on February 27th. That's another new matchup, Jeff, so we'll see you then. I tell you, I did grab give a few people shout-outs and this and that, and anybody would like to do any kind of sponsorship with the Bellarmine program, you can certainly reach out accordingly to those folks.